This is the solution of the first activity, where you have to create a function to concatenate two strings and make them uppercase. So let's start, and we are going to create a function. First, we need to write the keyword def, okay, to define the function. Then we need to give the name for the function. So the name, because we need to concatenate two uppercase strings, let's name it concatenate uppercase strings. Okay, so the shorter the name of the function, the better, but it's also much better to give a meaningful name. So it doesn't have to be only one or two words, okay? If the function name only makes sense if you have 4 different words, then use 4 different words. Okay, and actually we are going to receive 2 different arguments for this function, and simply let's name them str A and str B. Okay, string A, string B, which makes sense for that functions. Okay, and that actually are variables that will be created here when we receive the parameters, and they will be destroyed right after that function. So for the duration of that function, it is perfectly clear that str A is a string and str B is another string, and we are going to do stuff with both strings. So now don't forget the colon, you press enter and you have the indentation. If you don't have indentation, you can simply use the tab, okay, and make sure you have four spaces here. So what we can do, let's say new, we can create a new string which will be str A plus str B. Okay, and because we need to make them uppercase, I'm going to use str A dot upper and str B dot upper. Okay, and there is one more thing we need to add, is a space, okay, because we need to add a space between the two strings. So what we can do is simply add a new space like that and plus. So you can, as you can see, you can add any number of strings. So first the string A with uppercase, then we add a new string which is a simple space, and then we add the string B as an uppercase string. And what we can do now is to return the new string. Okay, and I've just created a new variable here to show you that we can actually optimize this code here, because we just create a new variable that we don't really use, okay, and we simply return it. So instead of doing that, we can simply return the result, okay? If we needed to use the result of that inside that function, it would have made sense to create a new string variable and then use it, and that would be a local variable inside that function that you could not use anywhere else outside of the function. But now, because we just need to return it, then simply use return. Okay, so we have a function, but if we just run the program like that, so let's run it. That would be activity 1. So if I run the activity1.py, of course we have nothing, because when you actually create a function, you don't ask to run that function, you just create the function so you can use it. It's like a template you can use, but you are not calling it. So if you don't call it, nothing will happen, okay? So now we create a variable named result, and I will call that function concatenate. What you can do here, I'm going to press Ctrl and space, okay, and as you can see, this will make the rest of the function here automatically appear on the screen. Ctrl space is basically the auto completion tool, which is specific to this Thorny IDE, okay? And this is a great thing to do, okay? You can start the name of a function and use Ctrl space to see what are the different possibilities, or just to go faster when you write code. So now I have the name of the function. To call it, I need to use parentheses, okay? And I need to give 2 parameters here, okay? Because there are 2 parameters, I need to give 2 parameters. Let's see what happens if I just, so let's say hello here. If I just do that, what will happen is we will have an error because, okay, here it's pretty self-explanatory. The function is missing one required positional argument, which is strb. Okay, so this will go into stra, but we are missing strb. So hello world, and then I can run the script, and now it's working. But of course, we don't have anything printed on the screen because we didn't ask it to print. So print result, and we can see hello world. Great, and same as we did here, we have created a variable named result here in the global scope that will contain the result of that function call. But because we do nothing else than just printing the result, we could just actually do print here and put all of the function call inside the print parentheses, okay? And remove that. So here, as you can see, we can actually use a function as a parameter for another function. The print function is a function, so it expects you to give one argument that is a string or some value to print, okay? But actually that value can be from another function call. And for example, you could actually here, instead of hello world, let's do that. So now it's quite long, okay? But you can actually see, you can actually call a function inside a function. If I run that, what happens is we have hello world, okay? Because what will happen is, okay, we have the print, but inside we have concatenate uppercase strings, and inside we have hello and another concatenate uppercase strings. So that will be executed first. It will be evaluated to this hello world, and then for this function we have hello plus hello world, so it will be evaluated to hello world thanks to that function here, and then it will be actually used by the print function. So that is the end of the activity. If it was a little bit too hard for you, come back to the previous lessons, watch the explanations again, and try to do the activity again until it's not difficult for you anymore.